It is the alarm that when you get ready to change something, it's going to be like, danger, get off the floor. Look at this eye, yeah. Shit, been so long. I get y'all of that, right? But no, seriously, so that's how the ego plays on your intelligence. Okay, guys, like listen to me. I know I'm taking y'all deep, but look, this is where I'm at. So if you're on a spiritual journey, then you get me. If you're on your way, then listen to me, because this is something you need to know so you could break free from the illusions and the blocks that are keeping us stuck in the matrix. Okay, it's time to get up out of here. All right, time to get up out of here. All right, so your ego is the one that's like, ring the alarm, okay? It's the one that's going to stop you right when you know that you need to take that leap. Right when you know you need to make that jump, it's going to be the one like, no, okay? It's cool. So when you start to notice yourself being stressed out or overly emotional about certain things, or defensive, like overly defensive, these are just false warning signs. That's it. It's like false signals that your ego is sending to your body that you're in danger. And it's not even about you being in danger. So, all right, that's a whole nother story. All right, so just be aware when the ego is clouding your joy. Okay, be aware when it's taking over your own mind and controlling your life more than you're in control of your own thinking and your own actions in your own life. Okay, all right, so the next thing, and then we got one more. The next thing is when things get way too serious, okay? So, for instance, let's just say you're the type of person that you have a hard time taking a joke. If you have a hard time taking a joke, or, somebody might have said something to you and they might have been joking, but you took it the whole wrong way and you blew it up into this whole big thing, the ego could very well be the root to this, okay? And so, the ego will easily steal your joy, okay? It will fill you with worries. It will fill you with concerns. It will fill you with regrets. It will fill you with embarrassments. It will fill you with humiliations, okay? All of those type of things. The ego, it struggles. It struggles with anything that threatens the self-concept that it has of you, okay? And so you want to be aware when the ego is trying to be the boss, okay? It's calling the shots, all right? No more. You got to pay attention now, because now I'm making you aware of how you can detect when it's calling the shots, all right? All right, and so the last thing is, if you have this thing about you where you feel like you always have to win, I can't lose, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so it's one thing to be competitive, and it's another thing to be successful, all right? Some people, competitiveness is just ridiculous, okay? I'm talking about to the point where they're so focused on the competition or competing with somebody that they've gotten to the point to where they lost themselves, right? So when that's happening, when people are competing like that, that is the ego playing on your intelligence. Because the thing is that competitiveness, it has a whole lot of disadvantages when it takes away your opportunity to actually grow, to meet new people, to experience new things in life, right? And so you want to make sure that you are operating from a healthy drive rather than a competitiveness. Having a healthy drive is like, okay, yes, I'm going to go out here and get it. This is what I'm going to do. You're focused on your achievements. You're focused on your accomplishments, right? And that leads to what? Expansion. But the moment that the ego steps in and the ego thrives off of you feeling like you better than somebody and all of that, it's not even about that, guys. It's so much bigger. Okay, so achievement and accomplishment is an important part of our life, and that's an important part of the value that we add to ourselves. But the big question is it? You know what I mean? But the key is to understand that we get to that self-realization, realizing who we really are and realizing that we were made for these battles that we coming up against. We were made for this. Why? Because it's just a test of faith. You feel what I'm saying? And the thing is once you know that when your ego is playing games with you and your ego is playing on your intelligence, then you can knock all of that stuff out, because now you know this is not my own mind that's thinking this. Like, this is a whole nother part of me that's using my mind to play on my intelligence and make me think that this isn't working, that isn't working, this isn't working. And it's not about any of that. It's about you being in harmony and being in harmony with yourself. And so when you so scattered like that, it's like an open door for ego to come in and play on your intelligence and tell you that you'll never be good enough, you can't make enough money. Then it starts taking you back to memories of stuff that other people probably said to you, like your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your teacher, or whatever. And now that's beating you up in the head. Like, guys, pay attention to when your ego is playing on your intelligence. Okay? It wants to disturb your peace. All right? So you got to learn how to bring it on board with you. Okay? All right? And so just remember, like in the last one, it's not about winning or losing. It's about the learning in the process. Okay? It's not about the winning or the losing. It's the learning in the process. Get it? Okay? So, I think that's really all that I wanted to say about that, is to realize that the ego is coming to distract you from the bigger picture. It's coming to distract you from that bigger picture of love, from that bigger picture of happiness, from that bigger picture of joy, from that bigger picture of prosperity, of abundant living, it's coming. You understand what I'm saying? All right? So you have a choice to choose to not fall into sadness and emptiness and choose happiness. Why? Because there's so many different things that you could be happy about right now, right? And so if you could focus a little bit more, and it doesn't mean ignore your challenges, because you got to take care of what you got to take care of. But what I'm saying to you is, don't let your ego talk you out of the blessing that's been placed upon you. Okay, don't let your ego be the louder voice than your inner voice, because that fight is there. It's always, that ego is always trying to fight your spirit. It's trying to make sure that it has the loudest voice. But spirit is that soft voice, that's the one that's right. Okay? That's the one you need to be listening to. Okay? All right, guys, so dump the perpetrator. Okay? Pay attention to when your ego is really making you a perpetrator, okay? And making you be a fake version of yourself, all right? You know who you are. You know your truth. Stay focused on what you know to be true, okay? So when ego's talking you out of it, the key is to talk yourself into it, all right? All right, guys, I love you. Mine's up. Have an amazing evening. I hope that this live has helped you guys. Please visit the website at www.TakiyahDiamond.com. If you don't have a book yet, come on. You need to make the investment. Your future is dependent on it. If you need to book a session with me, I'll be more than happy to chat with you. Let's see what's going on in your life, in your world, and how I can help you, what ways I can help you, you know. And that's it. All right. So you guys have an amazing evening. Inbox me if you need anything or whatever, and I'll be more than happy to help you. In the meantime, next time, tomorrow, I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk to y'all about how to overcome the ego, because I don't want to draw this out too long. All right. So now you know how to identify the ego. Tomorrow, we are going to talk about how to overcome the ego. All right? All right, guys. Deuces. I'm out. See you tomorrow. I heard them say. See, that's that voice. That voice, right? You hear that voice say? When you hear that voice say, you gotta shut it up. Let it know who's the boss. Let it know who's the boss. All right, guys. I'm out of here. Have an amazing evening. Share this live. Follow, like, all that wonderful stuff. Deuces.